to tell you clearly that if you see RPS hiring goons to attack citizens that they're supposed to protect, then you know that they are desperate. You know that that's the end of them. Back to Jeff, the succession, you are talking about the orange succession politics, Baba's succession politics. I want to tell you clearly, Jeff, and I want us to analyze the law of succession. And I want to tell you, Jeff, that in this succession politics, we have two camps. We have the Linda Ground camp, and we have the Linda Wananchi camp. And in the law of succession, when someone dies, he dies either testate with a will or intestate without a will. If the person dies with a will, testate, then the testator will die after having a written will or an oral will. So if he dies testate, means that he dies with a will, okay? Then it is either a written will or an oral will. In this case, Jeff, you remember September 22nd of September 2025, Baba made his last oral will at Agile Hotel along Mombasa Road. And Baba stated clearly the direction that he wanted us to move to in the presence of everybody. And he stated that we should not be fully in broad-based government. And he also stated that ODM must produce a presidential candidate, not a deputy. Right now, we don't want president and we don't want deputy. We just want power. So ODM must produce a presidential candidate. For an oral will to take effect, Jeff, we need three conditions that must be satisfied. Number one condition is that that will must be made by the testator in his right state of mind, sound mind. By the time Baba was speaking at Agile, he was in his perfect state of mind. Number two, that there must exist at least how many witnesses? Two witnesses. When Baba made the will, there were more than two witnesses. Sifuna was there, Babu Owino was there, other people were there. And number three, that will can only take effect, conditions to an oral will, within 3 months, 90 days, before the death of the testator. It means that the person making the will orally must die within 3 months. Baba made an oral will on 22nd of September 2025. And then, unfortunately, Baba died on the 15th day of October 2025. Less than a month, Jeff, it means that that will is an effective will. Then it means that the last oral will that he made is the only will that we should go by. Assuming, as so many people are saying that, you know what? Assuming that Baba died without a will. Right now we are being told that he died with a will because the fact that Baba was buried within 72 hours, they referred to a will. Correct?
Yeah.
A will that even Mama Ida didn't know of. Okay? So they should bring that will out because a will contains so many things. When it is about succession, it can be so many things, right? So many ideas being discussed in the will. Then it means, Jeff, that will, if it is brought out, we should see what Baba wanted to achieve before the people, the Linda Ground talks about joining the broad-based government and not wanting the president and not wanting the deputy president. Then what if Baba died without a will, intestate? Then there are rules for intestacy.
Okay.
Let me take you through this.
It's a little too technical for me, but I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
Real quick.
Now, let me take you through this.
Wait.
Yes.
Oburu insists.
Yes.
He wants to be deputy president. He insists that. What do you say?
Now, that is where I'm coming in the intestacy matter. Jeff, if Baba died without a will, that is the intestacy. It means that there are rules for intestacy. Then I will connect it to what Dr. Buru is talking about, okay? It means that, Jeff, number one, if he died without a will, then it means that there are persons who should be beneficiaries to his succession. that is politically, if we are talking about this, then it means that the first person who should be a beneficiary is a Mama Ida, okay? Who, as we speak, is not interested in being a party leader. The next people are Baba's children, to the 6th degree of consanguinity. 6th degree. Then it means that UDA is not in this bloodline, but they are yet they are crying more than the bereaved, Jeff. So generally, Oburu trying to say that he wants to be the deputy president, having said that he didn't want the president and he also didn't want the deputy president, it means that there's something else that Dr. Oburu is chasing, which is not what he's looking.
What do you think he's chasing?
He said he's chasing power. We don't know what this power entails. Correct? So therefore, as we speak, Oburu does not want president and Oburu does not want deputy president.
He's insisting on deputy president.
But today you can't say this and tomorrow you say the other thing. That is why some of us in Linda Wananchi, we saw that there's confusion in the House with the Linda ground team. And we said that the only thing that can break this deadlock is an NDC called by the current party secretary general with an audited list of delegates, so that we can move this party in the right direction. This party needs young leadership.
And according to you, the secretary general is still Edwin Sifuna? That
is what is legal. That is what is legal. Jeff, we need party to be revamped. We need to renew the spirit of this party. We need, Baba was old in body but young in mind. We need somebody who is young, and after Baba has gone, then we need to ask ourselves that do we need a younger Joshua or an older Joshua? Do we need an energetic Joshua or do we need a tired Joshua? We need a Joshua who can revamp the spirit of the party.
Are you saying Oburu is tired?
I've not said that, Jeff, but...
You just said it. You just said it, basically.
Oburu, if you ask me, should leave the party to young people like Babu Owino to be the party leader and him to be the trustee.
Would you want to be the party leader?
Of course, Jeff. Why not? I overqualify to be a party leader. Oburu should be a trustee in the party. He should be in the party, I agree, but as trustee. Babu should be a party leader. We need that young energy. Look at what we are doing in this country, Jeff. Without even proper notice. We're already holding rallies that is carrying thousands and thousands of people. People who believe in that spirit of Baba, the Babaism. The old spirit of ODM.
Yeah. Speaking of which, a lot of people are asking, what are Babu's intentions? What do you want? You, other than being party leader, what do you want? Do you want to take Nairobi? You want to be governor number 047?
Of course, Jeff. I will be the next governor for Nairobi County. Jeff, Nairobi has so many challenges. We saw the other day, Governor Sakaja.
You call him
handing
what?
Over
you call him what?
Wama Dimples. Governor Sakaja handed over his responsibilities to the president. He was simply saying that I am tired. I can't do this work. Help me. He called for help for the president to come in. So therefore, Jeff, an incompetent government, national government, comes in to help an incompetent county government. It's like the race of two pygmies competing on who is taller than the other. The governor, people woke up very early in the morning, including yourself, Jeff. You voted for Governor Sakaja. I remember that day. With an intention that the governor will solve the challenges of water, with an intention that roads will be repaired, drainage will be solved, garbage will be collected, that there will be sufficient supply of drugs and medical equipment in healthcare, and doctors will be paid, workers will be paid on time, there will be jobs, our children will go to school. Then what did we get, Jeff? What we got, Jeff, the juice is not worth the squeeze. Because the governor became a different governor who can't deliver services. They are saying that Nairobi has technical issues. There's nothing technical about Nairobi. Jeff, if you see garbage there, is there anything technical about sweeping that garbage? There is nothing about that. If you see poor roads, as a governor, you have a budget. Can't you fix it? You call it technical, you can fix it. Right now, we have challenges of water. We ration water in Nairobi, Jeff. The consumption rate of water in Nairobi Nairobians on a daily basis require 930,000 cubic meters a day of water. Then what do we supply? We only supply 660,000 cubic meters. It means that 270,000 is not supplied. So therefore, we are, as things are, we will always lack water because of the following reasons. Number one, the cartels within the water industry that ensure that pipes are blocked and water does not reach their intended destinations. And in the course of that, Jeff, they sell water.
Would you change that? Would you change that?
I want to tell you, I'm giving you a solution to that. Number two, the infrastructure that was laid down, Jeff, came from long ago.
Colonial times.
Colonial times. So therefore, there are leakages. And because of that, there's contamination also with the sewage. Water is lost through leakages. Then another thing, Jeff, the water that we get comes from Ruiru, comes from Thika Dam, Ruiru Dam, that is Thika and Dakaini is also connected there, comes from Kikuyu Spring, here, Northern Tunnel Water Collector. The water that we receive is to a total of 660,000. So what are the solutions, Jeff, to the water challenge in this country? Is to construct at least 2 dams with the help of the national government. So the county government can give contribution, because according to the latest World Bank report, they did say that Nairobi should be run on a budget of 67 billion Kenya shillings on source revenue, and then the national government gives close to around 20 billion Kenya shillings. So Nairobi should be run on a total of close to around 87 billion Kenya shillings, as opposed to right now that it is run on a 43 billion Kenya shillings. Out of the 43, we've never attained the collection threshold for the on-source revenue. And I want to surprise you that even money, the on-source revenue that is being collected in Nairobi, the governor only has a right of viewing only the servers, is at Interior. It is the Interior that is collecting money on behalf of Nairobians. A very big scandal, and the ad hoc committee that was formed within the county government of Nairobi did propose that the governor of Nairobi should be prosecuted. Jeff, if dams are constructed, there will be no challenges of water in this county. If garbage is collected, Jeff, you just say that I want Nairobi to be clean. Give youth jobs. Let them register companies so that they can collect garbage. Let our women register companies so that they can collect garbage. Devolve it to the ward level. That's not a problem, Jeff. These Chinese who are constructing apartments everywhere, look at the amount of money they are wasting in City Hall to get approval. That money for approval, Jeff, if you're a serious governor, why don't you tell the Chinese not to give you that money, but instead construct the road that is passing through the apartment that they are constructing, or take them to town. Today, if it rains, Jeff, town becomes a lake. Let them work on drainage system in town, because they are willing to give that amount after the governor has asked for it.
What is the first thing that Governor Babu Owino would do if he was elected in that position? What's the first thing you would do?
Jeff, I will not do first one thing. I will do several things. We are working on how we want to deal with roads, poorly constructed roads, because we are working on a budget. We are working on how to deal with drainage. We are working on how to deal with water challenges. We are working on how to clear this garbage thing within the first 100 days. This garbage thing will be an issue of the past, Jeff. We are working on how we can create an enabling environment for Nairobians to get jobs, and also to create jobs.
That's the same thing that Sakaja said before he came in. And then what? The
difference between Sakaja and Babu Owino is that you are looking at a basket of knowledge. That is the big difference. The difference is like the ground and the sky. That Babu is a performer. Babu has performed at Embakasi's constituency, and Babu was ranked as the best member of parliament in terms of performance rating by Infotrack for 2 consecutive years. It shows you clearly that Babu can deliver, and has always delivered from the university to now. So we are going there not about beauty, but about duty. We are going there to work, Jeff. And you know what, Jeff?
What?
Babu came to Nairobi by bus. Sakaja came to Nairobi by birth. I want to leave this Nairobi a better place for those who came by birth. Because those who came by birth, they don't care. They want to leave it a worst place for those who are existing. As Babu, we are going to work.
Can you fight the cartels? Because you know Nairobi is all about cartels. There's a whole mafia controlling everything from water to electricity to garbage. You name it, it's cartels.
Jeff, in leadership, there's nothing like cartel. There's nothing that can be difficult for a leader to handle. The problem that we have is that these cartels, these leaders become part of the cartels. Number one, they accept funding from the cartels. So therefore, once they are in office, they will sing to the tune of the cartels. Number two, Jeff, you've been elected. You have the people on your side. Power of the people. You have the instruments of power. You have the budget to work. You have the security apparatus at your disposal. Who is a cartel, Jeff? Who is a cartel? You can handle that cartel in less than a day. Because, Jeff, we need to bring Nairobi. We need to make Nairobi affordable. We need to make Nairobi affordable. Affordable rent. We need affordable food, Jeff. We need jobs for Nairobians. We need bursaries so that we can educate our children. These are the issues affecting Nairobians. Go to these health facilities. Jeff, there's just a building without nothing inside. With nothing inside, Jeff. Medics are not paid. There's no motivation. There are no drugs. Medical equipment. Jeff, if you don't have 500 shillings, you go to Mama Lucy or Mbagathi, you won't get treatment. 500 for x-ray. And specialized x-ray around 2,500. If you don't have it, then Jeff, you're going to die. Somebody passed on at Mbagathi Hospital. Has been in the morgue for 2 months, Jeff. Family spent all their earthly belongings taking care of this person in hospital. Right now, they've lost everything. They've lost all the monies they had. And that person is still there. Then you call yourself that you're a governor of Nairobi. Jeff, we must have dignity. There is no property. There is no property in a dead body. That was said by Justice Majanja, as he then was. May his soul rest in peace. So why should we detain? You are in a capital city in Nairobi, you are detaining a dead body. Jeff, you disrespect Nairobians while they're alive, you can't work for them. And when they are dead, you also disrespect them. You can't give them the bodies to their own to their families to go and mourn in peace. So therefore, we only have jokes and jokers as leaders in Nairobi.
Okay, why not just skip Nairobi, go straight to the presidency, you Sifuna, because we're hearing this slogan, Mimi ni Sifuna.
Ndio.
And then, Bila Babu ni Tabu. Sababu ni Babu.
Ndio.
Right? Why not just go straight for it? Why not?
Jeff, there's still time. There's still time. We have 1 year, 6 months, 7 months or 6 months to elections. There's still time. This movement is going to gain a life of its own, and that will be tomorrow's problem. And Jeff, I can assure you that anything is possible. Tomorrow we may invite you to State House. Don't just worry about this, Jeff.
Yeah.
This is a serious movement, and this, you've never seen it anywhere, right?
No.
Young people of almost same age doing this. You've never seen that. There's
a story you tell, and I have to say this before we go to the questions and comments. You talk about the first time you ever came to Nairobi.
Yes.
You ask your friend who came to pick you up. What did you ask him?
Yes. My friend Benjamin. I asked him, which is the direction to State House when I alighted at Ambassador? Then he laughed, then pointed that direction. Jeff, until today, every time I pass around Ambassador, I know the destination is at State House. We are going to be there. Jeff, Uhuru was a president, Kibaki was a president, Moi was a president, Ruto is a president. Why can't Babu be a president? What is it that I don't have, Jeff?
By the way, David Sankok.
Yes.
He actually messaged me, he says, you know what, this is my prophecy. If I can look for it right now, let me read it verbatim. Yeah. David Olasankok says,
it's here.
I am from the Libon lineage. Oh, it's there, right? I'm from the Libon lineage of the Maasai, and this is my prophecy. Babu Owino will be the first Luo president in Kenya.
This shall come to pass, Jeff. But it's not just about being a president. People have become presidents, but being an extraordinary president, a president who is going to bring change, a president who is going to work for Kenyans, a president who will ensure that Jeff and Babu is going at least to live a decent life and a respectable life. And Jeff, let me tell you something. In the year 2002, our economy was approximately at around, the economic growth rate was at 2%, approximately, with a population of around 30 million, approximately, 30 million Kenyans. Then by 2007, Jeff, around 35 million, a population of around 35 million, approximately. We grew to 7%.
7.1, I remember.
7.1%, Jeff, approximately.
Yeah.
Then by 2012, we were projecting that we would get 10% economic growth rate. What did we do instead? We started going downwards. But if we would have attained that 2-digit number, Jeff, there would be no challenge in this nation. We would have created jobs. And you know what, Jeff? Of the 58 million Kenyans, only 3 million Kenyans are employed. 3 million Kenyans are employed under informal sector, in a formal sector, that is doctors, engineers, civil servants, accountants, journalists. Then 17 million are in informal sector, mama mbogas and the juakali sector. Out of that, 25 million are youth between the age of 18 to 35. Of that, only 1 million are employed in formal sector. 1 million. Then 10 million of them are in informal sector, that is juakali industry. Jeff, with that percentage, 67% of the youth in this nation are not employed. Jeff, with that statistics, it tells you that we are still very far from growth. I want to be an extraordinary president who will work on macroeconomic indicators. We work on the food prices. Number one thing, Jeff, let's do food prices. Let there be stability in macroeconomic items such as food prices. Let there be stability in food prices. Let there be stability in inflation, the rate of increase in the prices of goods and services. Let there be stability in the exchange rate. Central bank rate, Jeff. If you get a higher central bank rate, what are you telling Kenyans? That you can't even take loans to do businesses because that loan is too expensive. Then we invest, Jeff, in security of our nation. The police reforms. Jeff, right now, Kenya, an investor abroad looks at Kenya, sees violence. This type of violence, will they invest in Kenya? Then Kenyans are arrested, and then they are with trumped up charges of terrorism. 30, 50 Kenyans. Which investor wants to come in a terrorist infested country? Let's work on agriculture, Jeff. Something unique. Agriculture contributes 19% to our economy. Out of that, do you know that only 16% of our land is arable, Jeff? We can only work on 16% of our land. 84% of our land is arid and semi-arid. And do you know what? What is surprising, Jeff? In Israel is a desert, but is the leading exporter in fruits. You get that, Jeff? But our nation, we have 84% that we only need better agricultural, improved techniques, system, irrigation, fertilizer. We're in a nation where fertilizer, we still give sand as fertilizer, Jeff. That is a shame. We want to work on the service industry that contributes close to around 65% to our economy. That is banking, insurance, education, and health. We are talking here that we are Singapore, that we are working on houses. House, Jeff, house is a private good. The role of the government is not to provide private goods, but to provide public goods like roads, clean environment, and facilitate consumption of merit goods like education and health. Jeff, this is how we grow a nation. When we promote domestic manufacturing, Jeff. Right now, we import 2.7 trillion worth of goods. And that is, we import close to around 80% of everything we consume, including eggs, Jeff. You want to tell us that our chicken cannot give better eggs? You want to tell us that we don't have chicken, we cannot rear chicken?
We get cheap eggs from Uganda.
We get from Uganda. And then, to our surprise, we export only 1 trillion in form of horticulture, vegetables, flowers. Only 1 trillion, Jeff. What about 1.7 trillion, which means we are losing more money out than money that is coming in? Let's
get more reactions, Mahesh. Olive Burrows, what do you have? And lots of questions and comments, right?
Yeah, lots of questions. We'll try to get to as many as we can. Let's see where we start. This is Jethro Gizuku. Uliza Babu kama wanawak na Pauline Njoroge kozo wamekuwa naye kwa mikutano mbili sasa za Linda Mwananchi, and it seems she is vying for a seat in Nairobi.
Jeff, Pauline Njoroge is a Kenyan, like any other Kenyan. Linda Wananchi, as we say it, is not lindaing specific Wananchi. It's lindaing taking care of all Wananchi. Pauline Njoroge, being a leader, and a great leader for that matter, has a right to come and help us linda Wananchi. There's nothing wrong if she's in our team. I saw some people saying that Pauline this or that. What is wrong with her being in our team, Jeff? She deserves it. She wants to work for Kenyans. She wants to be a leader. And our team is open to everybody. Every person who wants to provide leadership can come in our team.
All right.
Linda is Linda,
the next one. This is Atiang Meli. Jeff, Babu Owino is presenting, wow, image of a saint. Yet his past is so dark. DJ Evolve shooting, controversy surrounding the death of an IEBC officer, terror at UN, goons, etc. How would Kenyans be safe if Babu had executive power?
Jeff, Babu Owino has been elected from Sonu for 4 terms, as a member of parliament for 2 terms. As a member of parliament, Babu Owino has been rated as the best member of parliament for 2 consecutive times. That shows you that Babu delivers. And another thing, Jeff, Babu met his Saul moment, his Damascus moment, from a Saul to a Paul. Jeff, you and I, the Bible says that no man is righteous.
Correct.
For every man has fallen short of the glory of the Almighty God. People like Atiang, Jeff, is a son of man. Son of man may not forgive you, but son of God is so forgiving. Babu moved from a Saul moment to a Paul moment. And remember, Paul is the one who wrote the most books in the Bible, most scriptures in the Bible. And therefore, Babu is ready to work for Kenyans. About IEBC, I know nothing about it. The government has enough personnel and equipment to investigate that and bring that person to book. Why would you kill an IEBC officer, a returning officer, after you've won elections? Who should announce you? Why should you kill a person who is going to announce you, Jeff? Why didn't Ruto kill Chebukati? So that is baldadash and gibberish.
Next.
Hi, Jeff Koinange. John Barry said yesterday in Siaya that Babu Owino takes bangi 3 times a day, like a doctor's prescription. I would like to hear Babu Owino's response to these allegations by the self-proclaimed highest-ranking Luo leader.
Very good. John Mbadi, you know, nowadays if he talks like a preacher, but I used to consume bang, Jeff. I used to consume drugs. I used to consume alcohol, but I no longer take them. I stopped consumption of this in 2020, 17th January 2020. It's been 6 years before I touched bangi, 6 years before I touched drugs, 6 years before I touched alcohol, 6 years when I just drink water. Jeff, it is in the public domain, so whatever Mbadi is saying, Mbadi should focus on building the nation. Mbadi should focus on working at the treasury. There's a big job that should be done there. Focusing on Babu taking bangi while he's focusing on selling the greatest assets of this nation, that is Safaricom. How many children are they killing from that when we are losing such monies? How many people are going to lose job instead in case we privatize Safaricom? If we privatize pipeline, how many people are losing jobs? How many deaths? How many people are committing suicide as a result of that? There are pending bills that he should focus on. People are committing suicide and walking naked around the road. You saw that person who committed suicide because of pending bills. The other day there was on news. Another person died around Ruai because of pending bills. But he's lucky he has choppers, he's moving around, fueling them. He's lucky his children are well educated, going to higher schools. He's lucky he lacks nothing. He gets everything, gets food, but he doesn't know what Mama Mboga is going through. He doesn't know what that border rider, that guy in the Juakali industry is going through. He should focus on working. About this highest ranking Luo leader self-proclaimed, I was proclaimed by the people. Jeff, you are very well conversant with Infotrack. Ranked me at 58%, Mbadi at 2%. That is what is disturbing him. Mbadi boy.
All right, let's see. Yeah. This is Nelson Vujeri, who says, Honorable Babu, beyond viral speeches and confrontational politics, what specific legislative achievements can you point to that have directly improved the lives of Embakasi East residents?
Jeff, legislative works within Parliament is not only focusing on Embakasi's residents, but Kenyans. There are ways of making laws, Jeff. The reason why we are in Parliament is to make laws. Laws cannot be made by one person, and laws are made by parliamentarians. So coming up with a bill that we've come up with, the CLE bill, the Kenya School of Law bill, to open up the space for everybody to be admitted, so long as you've graduated from an institution that is recognized. Okay, institution of higher learning, because Jeff, that bill states that if you are in Kenya School of Law, if you've graduated and you are doing academic progression, you started from diploma maybe, then after that you graduate, you do your 2 years in diploma, then you do your degree 4 years, Jeff. Then they tell you that if you didn't get a B plane in either English or Kiswahili, you cannot be an advocate because you cannot join Kenya School of Law. What does that tell you? It is a retrogressive thing. That bill is coming up. Another bill that we brought up that was shot down by the government is the HELB bill. We were saying that interest rates were supposed to be waived. Jeff, another bill that we are bringing up is a bill that is going to take care of the interest of the common mwananchi, the Mama Mbogas. That is also has already passed the committee stage, is coming for a first reading stage. Jeff, I don't have to even bring a bill in Parliament. So long as I contribute to an existing bill, I'm part of that legislative process. Correct? Now.
Okay, let's keep going.
All right, this is Babu Michael. He says, Honorable Babu Owino is my role model and I'm his #1 supporter. I support all his aspirations, but very worried about his Nairobi governorship candidature. Nairobi politics ruins political ambitions. How will he go beyond these?
As I was telling you before, Sakaja was the same thing. Everybody had so much hope in Sakaja.
You know, the difference between Babu and these leaders is that those leaders were on a mission. Babu has a vision. Jeff, where I came from, I made a covenant with God that I must work for his people. I'm seated here today. I will work for the people of Nairobi. Embakasi East never used to elect members of parliament for a second time. A second term. Babu Owino is the first person who was elected for a second term in Embakasi East. Embakasi East was ranked at number 289 when I was taking over, out of 290. Now Embakasi East is ranked at number 1 out of 290. So, Jeff, it is about the vision, not having a mission within the county. And then greed blurs vision. The world is too big for everybody and everybody can get something. But for one greedy person, if you decide to be greedy, you can't work for the people because you'll be chasing coins, you'll be chasing money.
All right, this next question is from Itskipleting. The so-called faction of Linda Mwananchi, led by Babu Owino and Edwin Sifuna, have been singing one term in every rally they attend. Do they really have any other agenda? Can they also be peaceful in their meetings?
Jeff, we are very peaceful in our meetings. You've not seen, even yesterday, when a goon was being attacked, it was Babu Owino who said that that goon's life was supposed to be spared. Did you see that? When tear gas was thrown there, who threw it? We cannot tear gas our own meetings, Jeff. Why do you want to destroy your own meeting, moving from Nairobi all the way to Kakamega with that crowd that is singing and very peaceful? Why should we tear gas?
Hiyo tear gas ni sijui mwaka gani ilikuwa expired.
Exactly. Who is in custody of tear gas? Is it common mwananchi or the police? So therefore, The agenda that we have is to do that which the government cannot do. The government cannot provide jobs for citizens. We want to do that. The government cannot deal with proper infrastructure in this nation. We want to do that. In terms of energy, Jeff, we import energy still in Kenya. Yeah. The energy that we produce in Kenya cannot support industrialization, and we need industrialization to grow as a nation, Jeff. We want to provide proper ports in this nation. Roads. Singapore, we can't go to Singapore. Singapore must learn from Kenya. What is Singapore, Jeff? We are in Kenya. We cannot just be talking. We want to do what in Singapore, and we've not finished with Kenya. We'll be reaching there when we are tired.
All right, this is
Sneezer Richard says, which party will Babu stand with in the gubernatorial seat in Nairobi County?
Jeff, my party is the people. We've seen people being elected even without parties. The first loyalty that I have is to the people. And I said, when I said that nobody will be my boss again, I meant it, because my first boss is God. Second boss, the people. I will be loyal to the people. Once you are loyal and you work for the people, you don't need a party. Okay, Jeff?
Yeah.
But again, we still have time. I will communicate about that.
But for now, ODM, but it could change. Is that what you're saying? Stay tuned.
For now, we must be the ODM party leader. I must be the ODM party leader, Jeff.
All right,
I know people will say that you are using the word must. Jeff, I'm a leader, and I'm a decisive leader. I don't need to say, oh, please make me this. No, because I know that I deserve it, and I'm capable.
All right, this is Caleb Kenya. The ODM was founded on tears, sweat, and painfully. Others paid the heavy price with their lives. Babu, Owino, what is the plan to ensure the rich legacy and monumental ideological foundations are not watered down?
A very, very good question from Caleb. Let me tell you, Olive. Babu Owino, who is seated here, is part of the person who's founded ODM on tears, on sweat, and through pain. Babu Owino, if you look at all the MPs, governors, senators within ODM, there's none who's gone through what Babu Owino has gone through just because of ODM. The arrest, the re-arrests, the campaigns that we did in the 280 constituencies out of 290 constituencies, going around with Baba, being stoned, being beaten. This current government that is saying that loves ODM so much, that is setting rules for ODM. Do you know that these people were spraying Baba with bullets? I was there. Do you know that these people were tear gassing Baba everywhere? And in fact, Baba was buried by his enemies, Jeff. His real people were left by the side as spectators. Let me tell you something during Baba's burial. If Baba would have woken up and known that the MC of his burial would have been Kindiki, Baba would have been so disappointed, because Kindiki was the Interior Cabinet Secretary when Baba was being sprayed with bullets. PS Omolo was the Interior PS when Baba was being sprayed with bullets. These are the people who came to be MCs and controlling everything at Baba's burial. The people who suffered most, like myself, they were hiring still goons to ensure that Babu does not go bury Baba. Look at this. So we need to preserve the ideologies of ODM, and that can only be done if we delink greed from it, and that is why Babu must be given the party. Jeff.